Please welcome Dan Wood.
I'm just making sure my mic is working. Is it working? Thank you for coming to these workshops. I want to thank you all for coming. I think they're getting better and better and better, and I think it's because of you. Your participation has been more and more vibrant and exciting. What does any of that have to do with media and the arts? Well, we're just sort of backing up and saying how important it is to understand the purpose of art, which is to understand and communicate. That's why it drives the media, and that's why we care. We're trying to find a common language and a common tongue, a common experience, and more importantly, to understand ourselves and each other. That's the it. That's why we constantly look at ourselves and why we do Shakespeare and watch the Kardashians. We're trying to understand ourselves. Are the Kardashians too lowbrow and Shakespeare too highbrow? One point I want to make tonight is that the window of time between high and low art is shrinking right before our eyes. Here's an example of Renee Fleming, currently one of the uber elegant high-class opera icons right now, elevating pop singers Elvis Costello and Rufus Wainwright to higher status right before our eyes. What do these mashups have to do with media? They inform the news we cover and why we cover it. An example is when Time magazine wanted to spin off one of its most popular features, which was the little people section in the middle of the magazine, and they wanted to turn it into an entire magazine on its own.
The only thing I know about most news, international, national, and even local, is what I see in the pop culture venues of newspapers and radio and television. I have never seen Barack Obama, the president of these United States of America. I know everything I know about Barack Obama by the same way most people do, by watching CNN and by listening to a press conference and by seeing his YouTube town hall meetings and all of that kind of thing. So I think the first thing we have to deal with is the idea that news is not some rarefied thing that's separate from pop culture. News is inhabiting that same territory that the Kardashians and that the Sopranos and that Empire and Scandal and all those other places inhabit.
Cultures at UCLA, where he teaches a course called Art as Social Action and Art as Moral Action. In 2005, he was awarded the Dorothy and Lillian Gish Prize, one of the most prestigious prizes in the arts, given annually to a man or woman who has made an outstanding contribution to the beauty of the world and to mankind's enjoyment and understanding of life. I'm speaking of Peter Sellers, a man who's as smart as his Bart Simpson haircut is weird. And this is a little excerpt from a talk he gave at the Mary Baker Eddy Library on their 10th anniversary. And so after she shows us what she does, then we're going to all have a chance to see how we do in trying the same thing. So here is Diane Ruby Lane.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for having us. He started out as you'll hear from him in just a moment, he started out as a student in the 11th grade, I think, at Alhambra High School, and now he's national speech champion and coach and one of our mentors, and I'm excited to introduce him. Just sort of write for yourself in response to whatever line you've chosen. When you finish that in about 5 minutes, actually, Dan, should I say when 5 minutes have passed and let everybody know?
Yes.
Okay, so Raul will time it. He'll give it about 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
And then he'll check in, and then we'll have you all share with your group. And when you're listening to each other, you'll be highlighting or checking things that you really like. And you'll start to see a pattern emerging. You'll choose a little bit from each person's poem, whatever sort of jumps out as the strongest thing. Okay? Well, so one thing at a time, everybody just write for 5 minutes.
Yeah, no, yeah, because you don't know what someone's head is after this.
Choices.
Indecision. Choices.
Fearless. Regrets. I may have taken the road less traveled, but dreamed of the other. How do I decide? Will it lead me back or ever onward? to keep afloat what always is a newness in the old, a constancy that cannot crumble or be trodden down. I could have gone an easier way, played it safe, played it small, but bold is who I want to be, painting with all the colors.
Indecision.
Choices.
Fearless.
Regrets.
Choices.